AC Starlord, aka Austin. Welcome back to my channel. And I'm back with some episodes of the Jeff Foxworthy show. Still a good classic show. Love it. Um, the episodes I watched today were about a secret that his wife's dad had about having an affair, which was also kind of funny because the only way they got out of it was they were drinking beer and, they were having trouble bonding and they made it a funny um way of doing that. And then also he did one of his classical bits where they had to go to a Victoria's Secret store and to do some air to do air conditioning because his job is Jeff Foxworthy and um cold and heat. Um 'Cause his business is air conditioning, and he picks up lingerie off of the hanger. It's like imagine if they're making. I mean, he said a scary thing, they might make these for men. And imagine if you're going fishing, all you're going to be doing is cast and tug. I heard that on one of his classic tapes that my dad had, and it on the thing had a big woman lifting a bar over her head with weights and talking about the Olympics and then in the next episode um his wife is pregnant, she's a little bit sick, and then there's an arrogant um guy that works at there's a doctor who works at a school, and he's very arrogant and very you know smarty pants, and her son goes to the school with the gift, in their gifted program, and then they basically tell him and his wife basically tell him off towards the end, but he does some of his other classic things off from stand-up off his tape where they're talking about having the Olympics in Georgia because they're talking about taking a vacation and taking a vacation up in Georgia where the Foxworthy's uh, parents are. You always see the wife's parents, but you don't see Foxworthy's parents yet. Now, hopefully, at some point in the show, you do see some of his family members because he mentioned some of his family members in here, like his uncle and all that stuff, but you don't see his family just yet. But they were talking about going to Georgia and they're talking about how the Olympics were going to be there. And that's also on that same tape. And I can only imagine in the parking lot, some guys in Georgia get a shotgun out and boom, boom. And hey Dave, I got me a white one. And then then like it goes further in the tape, but like in the tape it says that's a really good barbecue up on the stairs up there. But that's not in the show. But they're talking about how like what's in the show, like the same river that they're floating down is the same river that they filmed Deliverance at. It's a sight when you see a man and some basketball shorts going down the river. So that would always crack me up. But the one I added, there's some there's some the one I added, there's some good old dang old barbecue up on top of those stairs right there. That's part of the tape. Um, and there's some more on that tape. And then the next one was about Halloween and how his his wife's dad and Jeff Foxworthy compete with each other of who has the greatest and better haunted house. Like there was a black bat flying there, like mine would glue in the dark, and then there was like a trench or something like that in a hearse that he rented, and to top his father-in-law. Then the other one, the episodes when he was bonding with him, he told him about the affair, and they kind of agreed to like keep it a secret and also not tell his wife. And then like that's where it came from, them competing with each other, kind of from leading into that episode. And then the episode where the smart Alec guy, they told him off is because accidentally his son Matt accidentally uh didn't get Thomas the Tank Engine to share with the his class. He gave out his birth tape of his mom giving birth to him. So that was pretty funny, hilarious concept. They were supposed to share a tape, and he was supposed to get Thomas the Tank Engine, and he gave his old birth tape to show. And then at the party, everyone knows. And then they were going to the doctor's house, the principal's house, which they call him a doctor, and then they told him off. And then they became Tagmen, which Tag is a company that did air conditioning, and the guy named Walt was crying. He's like those dang allergies because he finally is a tag man. So this show's hilarious. Like I said, it's kind of like, again, kind of like Home Improvement. If you like Home Improvement, it's kind of like Home Improvement in a way, but different. But like, I just love the stuff that he brings in from when he was on his comedy tour on stage back in the early 90s because yeah, I listened to that tape we listened to that tape growing up all the time, going from place to place when I was a kid. Even though it was the early 90s, those jokes still hit hard. Like Jeff Foxworthy's jokes, even when they're that old, still hit hard. Bill Eamball's, which Bill Eamball is also going to be in the second season. When I get to the second season, his jokes even hit hard. Like Dorkfish, best tape ever. Their joke, I mean, even um they're the cable guys. Jokes still hit hard. Jeff Foxworthy has a new show on Amazon Prime, which I might check out. But their jokes hit hard. These early 90s jokes hit hard. And I know that comedy changes and innovates and does things new all the time. But there's nothing wrong with listening to the old stuff and still laughing at this old stuff that still hits hard to this day. Like, imagine having the Olympics in Georgia, have a bunch of rednecks and doing different activities, and then like they're thinking that torch, that little thing when you light the torch up in the stairs, and then they imagine they put a barbecue there. There's some good old barbecue. I'm talking those stairs right there. I know I said that joke so many times, but like that still hits hard. You know, he did some of his "You Might Be a Redneck" with his father-in-law type of things. You might be a redneck was always his in joke and his comedy, and you might be a redneck doing this, and you might be a redneck doing that, and I miss you might be a redneck, or Bill Engvall, even though this is Jeff Foxworthy show, but Bill Engvall, here's your sign. Um, those things like that, like when you have something that works like that, and he's a redneck, so is Bill Engvall. And the cable guy, and they did like a Blue Comedy Tour movie thing, which I also can get a half price books or on Amazon apparently. Um, and they're all rednecks and they're comedians. They just make you laugh. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's a reason why these shows hit hard, to this day, and the reason why people sit down and watch this. The stuff that we're watching today, sitcoms are not very. Some of them are funny, some of them not. I mean, yeah, I get but Kreischer, he's funny, but like his movie Machine was okay. But you get my point. There's nothing like an old fashioned Jeff Foxworthy jokes hit hard, still hits hard to this day. You still get a good laugh at it. And then if you don't remember them from, I remember these jokes all the time, but like having this in the TV show setting of him telling his jokes from that tape from back in the early 90s and the show's early 90s and seeing it in a TV show and seeing how it works in dialogue with writing into your script and dialogue and how other characters react to it. Some of them laugh at it, like the girl that plays his wife laughed at the the jokes about the Olympics. Like you see how those jokes hurt, how I mean how those jokes work and and hit the funny bone and hit a certain mark in a script. I mean, you can even put those jokes in a current movie if you had to. I mean, of course, you had to have Jeff Foxworthy, but you can put those jokes in a movie or something like that, and it'll still hit. So I'm just rambling on because I already finished talking about the episodes, but it's just a fun show. So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get all these episodes, video review episodes, and then anything else I do. I did I'm I did a Supergirl vlog, a Supergirl video, uh, Captain America Winter Soldier video, two of them, uh, a America video about 4th of July. I still need to do a Hamilton video about on Blu-ray, but I might do that later today or tomorrow. Um, Talking my experience about that, and yeah, so those are the videos I make so far. This is the next current one. So if you like vlogs, there's a couple of other vlogs from other movies here, but the current one is Supergirl. And also, I talked about me going on my farm, family farm. It has that in there, and also has Jackass in there. If you're a fan of Jackass, there's a mixture of everything because I had to, and also America in there too. Um, because I had to wait to see Supergirl till now until this weekend because I was not going to see without my one of my closest friends. So, but yeah. But again, if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and deuces.